Look at old Song Dog there dancing. He's got a pretty coat. Man, that's a nice looking coat. Kind of dark. You can see how that's the second one I've caught. I think the other one I caught, right over here is where I caught the one, may have been the last one that I caught. I'm trying to remember now, but that was my trench set. The last coyote I caught was kind of dark colored, and that one's dark colored too, which is pretty, but I think, you know, for the fur market, those old western coyotes that are in high demand, you know, they're real pale. They got some white and some light color on them. So I think that's one downfall to our eastern coyotes, and especially our southern coyotes. We get a lot more color variation. The color doesn't stay consistent, and the color variations look neat and make for pretty coyotes, but they don't make well for fur market coyotes. So regardless, he's going with me. So we didn't have too much going on Trapline today. Picked up a coyote, which is always a good day. When I'm out here setting some more, trying to get some more traps out. I'm trying to kind of line out. I think this might be a really good spot to put in a little blind set. And so you can see there's some coyote tracks going right through there, and he steps right over the log, it looks like there. There's also some tracks coming on this side. And it looks like an old cat track, actually. It looks like they walk right through this. So using this pinch point, I might try to set a blind set right here. I was thinking there was a bunch of scat somewhere that I was thinking of looking at sitting on too. I'll find it in a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna try to slap in a little blind set here just to see if we can make something happen. So here's my blind set. I tried to blend it in, and I've narrowed the opening down. So here's my trap. The dog's facing right here, and the pan's right here. I got this as a little step guide, and in kind of mafia set fashion, I shot a little bit of coyote urine right there. Hopefully, if they come through, you know, maybe that's another option for slowing them down. So we'll see how she pans out.
Yeah, I'll just see what those dudes are. But I think your table TR is.
Out here doing some skinning, listening to the Gritty Bowman. But I was just going to show you, I think I showed before, I've got a winch rigged up out here in my skinning shed. For whatever reason, I never fashioned more of a skinning, making the winch work for me. I just use it to raise and lower the animal and still do everything manually so far as trying to skin. But a couple weeks ago, when I took my little break from being sick, I drove me one of my junky Berkshires down in the ground and started using that to leverage and pull my hides off. And man, it is, I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Pulling my, you got to be careful because it will, if you're not careful, especially like a beaver or something, if you get a little nick on the belly, man, it will pull it apart if you're not careful. And it seems to help. You want to watch the belly on anything, because if it's gonna pull, that's where it's gonna pull. But man, I haven't been using it really for raccoons as much because I haven't got my setup worked out just right. I need to rig me up. Right now I'm just using a piece of mule tape, wrapping something underneath the hide, and using that to kind of cinch the hide down and pull it. And by next season I need to have me something fashioned with some way to clamp it right here on the legs and pull a little bit more evenly across instead of right on the back. But still, it definitely makes life a whole lot easier. I don't know why it took me so long to do it. Golly, I just pulled my stake up. Junky Berkshires. I didn't drive it all the way, in all fairness, I didn't drive it all the way in the ground. I thought I drove it farther than that, but I probably left half of it out, so I guess we're back to manually skinning now, right in the middle of showing y'all how proud I was of my skinning machine. Oh well, I'm gonna get this coyote skint, get cleaned up, and head in so I can get this video posted. Got less than a week to go, but I got some fresh traps out. I'm gonna try to get a couple of fresh beaver traps out tomorrow, and keep the turtles out of the traps hopefully, and catch some beavers, and we'll keep it rocking for another week. It looks like the weather, of course, is going to change, and it's going to cool off the end of next week, right about the time that trapping season closes. But until then, it's going to be, looks like it's going to be in the 70s during the day and 60s at night. I mean, I've been sweating in the afternoons trying to get traps out. I hate that, but it is what it is. The critters are still moving, they're still out there, and they're still hungry and running, so I want to keep catching them as long as I can. As much as I'm not excited about trapping season ending, which is a mixed feelings to be honest with you, I am in a fur jam. This is my fur freezer, and you can see it's slammed full. I have to put something on top of it to keep it closed. I also got my mini fridge full of fur. I've got a cooler I'm not going to open because I'm trying to keep it as cold as possible. And then, don't tell my wife, but I have claimed the bottom shelf of the food freezer for fur too. I'm trying to keep it clean, and as long as she don't come out here poking around, we should be all right. But I've got a little bit of fur put up so far this year, but definitely have plenty more to go. So that'll be another good thing. As season goes out, I'm gonna be awful busy still getting fur put up, and we having a NAFA pickup in Georgia April 28th, I think. So I'm gonna try to have all of my fur that I intend to send to the sale put up and ready to go, drop off at that NAFA pickup, and then we'll see what the auction looks like. So anyway, got my coyote skint. I'm headed in to get cleaned up and get ready to do it all over again tomorrow.